How y'all doing? Welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. In this video, we're going to go through these rolls of silver looking for varieties. I've got about a roll and a half of Walking Liberties, and the rest are all 1964 Philadelphia 90% silver Kennedy half dollars. As for the Walking Liberties, they're more of a bonus. I got them in a bulk purchase, and I couldn't pass it up, so we'll hunt them first. They're not going in the albums, though. The 64 Kennedys will be. Now, as for the Kennedys, the back four rolls are all unsearched, with the first three being BU, and the roll here on the back right being AU. This roll here contains unattributed potential varieties. These two rolls contain attributed varieties. One of each of these will go on the albums. I've been looking through silver Kennedys for varieties for quite a while now, probably over a year and a half. So the rules for this are simple. Because silver is so scarce in circulation, I'm going to have to buy the silver to find the varieties. So basically, everything I bought or do buy is eligible for the albums. This is all fair game. So once these rolls are done, we're guaranteed to have several slots filled. We already have a pair. Actually, make that a trio of varieties for the albums. I forgot about that one. Now, let's get started. Walking Liberties are first. When they're done, I'll be back with a recap. Alright, the Walking Liberties are done. They're about what I expected, just common dates. We have 35P, 36P, 36D, 37P, 37D, 39P, 41P, 41D, 41S, 42P, 42D, 42S, 43P, 43S, 45P, and 45D. Now, let's start the Kennedys. I'm going to go through the unsearched rolls first. When each roll's done, I'll be back with a recap. Roll number 1, you're up. Alright, the first roll is done. I pulled out this example to fill the regular slot in the album for the 1964P. Now I'm going to show you a double die I found in that roll. Let's check it out. This example is uncirculated and is very shiny, so it's hard to see the details, but if you look closely here at the bottom serif of the S, you can see splitting in this area here, splitting here at the top serif of the S, and splitting here on both top serifs of the letter T. This is DDO number 16 on Variety Vista, and is one of only 4 DDOs you can find on the 1964P Business Strikes. I already had some examples of DDO number 16 on the roll, but this one was the highest grade, so it's going to go in the album. Now, roll number 2, you're up. Well, roll number 2 was somewhat of a bust. About half of the roll was actually Denver's, so I pulled those out, put them in the other rolls, and hunted through the Philadelphias and didn't find anything. Now, roll number 3. Well, roll number 3 had a pretty good find. It was another FS102 from the Cherry Picker's Guide. Let's check it out under the scope. On this variety, you can see a little bit of doubling over here at the bottom of the word N. And if you go over here to the other side of the coin, you can see splitting here at the top of the 6, here at the bottom of the 4 in the date, and pretty heavy doubling over here in the word trust. This is also known as DDO number 7 on Variety Vista. Alright, now let's start the last roll. Here's the last roll of Philadelphia's. Let's get to it. And that roll was a bust. Here we have a small roll of coins I set aside a while back. They may be double dies. I did see some splitting on the obverses, so I'm going to do some research and see if I can figure them out. When I get done, I'll be back with the results. Alright, here are the results of the 5 coins. I believe this one here is probably just hub doubled or master die doubled. It's only got 1 split serif, so not enough to really keep. I believe these 3 are DDO number 16. I think this one here is probably a proof variety or another master die or hub doubled coin. Either way, it's not going on the albums. Now I'll pull the best example from this roll for the albums. We'll do an album fill. Be right back. Here's a close-up of DDO number 18. You can see tripling down here at the bottom of the S, the top of the S, and on both top serifs of the letter T. And just for your reference, here's what we call a flared G on the reverse. And here's what's known as a straight G. You can see a small difference. Now it's time to put all that hard work to use. Let's fill some slots. Alright, we just filled 4 more slots in the album. The best part is they're all uncirculated. We have a nice 1964P. We have the FS102. We've got DDO number 16 and DDO number 18. All we're missing is DDO number 17 for a full 1964P DDO set. And in case you're wondering, I ended up using the FS102 we found in the roll versus the one that was in the flip because the one in the roll was a little bit higher grade. Well, we technically didn't hunt any boxes, so we're still at 50 boxes hunted with 134 out of 297 slots filled. We finally got some silver in the albums. In the next video, we'll go through the 1964 Ds. Now, the Denvers have much more potential than the Philadelphias because there are many more varieties to find on the Denvers. We could fill a lot of slots with these. And I'm not just doing this to fill album slots. When you find varieties on your coins, you actually increase their value, especially if they're in high grades like many of these are. You can often double or triple the value of the coin just by finding a double die. And some of these varieties, if they're in graded holders, can fetch hundreds of dollars if they're in a high enough grade. This is one method of maximizing the value of your silver collection. And this doesn't just apply to half dollars, it actually applies to all denominations. So if you've got the time, a microscope, and do the research, you can do this. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it made you go buy a microscope, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or questions, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story. And if you're lucky, some of those stories will have split serifs. I'll see y'all next time.